More often than not, it seems our computers kick the bucket without any kind of clear advanced warning. Thor might say otherwise, but to the rest of us, that's how it feels. But what he is saying today is that next month, more than 1 million computers in the U.S. will die on the same day. Why, and how do you know if you're at risk? Let's do this, Thor Schrock from Schrock Innovations. How are you?
Very good. How are you, Mary?
Hey, I'm doing great. This caught my attention. I feel like a lot of other people are like, put on the brakes.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
You know how long I had to do, how much research I had to do to get that statistic? Because you just can't Google like how many computers in the world are going to die next month. You have to say, well, how many computers are there in the United States? And then how many of those computers are running Windows Vista?
That's the problem.
Yes, and then it's actually only 1% of all of the computers in the United States
have Vista.
But that's 1 million computers.
That's incredible.
Isn't that crazy?
So that's how you know if
Yeah.
your computer is among those. You know what your operating system is. Chances are you know.
Well,
if you don't know if
no.
you're running it,
chances are you don't.
You don't know, okay. How do you find out then?
All right, so basically if you're looking at your computer, when you turn it on, the start button in the lower left-hand corner, if it's a circle, you probably have Windows Vista. You could have Windows 7 as well, but there's a good chance you have Windows Vista. Basically, if you bought your computer during the Bush administration, you're running Windows Vista.
No, you could have bought it after that. No.
No.
Really?
Because then they had Windows Vista, and then Windows 7 was basically like the third service pack for Vista. We didn't want to call it Vista anymore.
Okay.
So they said Windows 7, and then Windows 8, and so on.
But why would that even happen? I don't understand the significance of that operating system to the point that it renders all of these computers useless.
Gotcha. So this last Tuesday, we had another, what Microsoft calls Patch Tuesdays. So the second Tuesday of every month, all the patches come down that close up all the new vulnerabilities that have been found in the previous month. Well, next month on April 11th, that will be the final Patch Tuesday for Windows Vista. After that, Microsoft will no longer release any security patches for Vista. So you could continue, there's not a master like, it's not going to just turn off. But your computer, the longer you use it, the more likely it's going to be that you're going to be chronically infected with viruses and malware. The same reason why you can't run Windows XP on the internet
So all
anymore.
of those patches that would fix those loopholes, it allows the bad guys in with the viruses and the whole thing, and then that's where either your stuff's compromised or it just slows down and stops working.
Well, yeah, and the problem you're going to have is, you get infected, so you take it into a shop like Schrock, and we've removed the infections.
You can't do anything to patch.
Well, we can fix it, but we send you back out the door again, and you're just going to get reinfected again. So the problem is you end up with this chronic reinfection problem, and you end up spending so much money getting it fixed over and over and over again that you may as well just buy a new computer. Now, with Windows XP, this was like a problem because people loved XP. With Windows Vista, there's no love there. People didn't love Windows Vista, and so as a result, Windows Vista, people aren't crying, in their Cheerios about Windows Vista going bye-bye, unless of course you're somebody who prides yourself on getting the most out of a piece of technology before it becomes obsolete. Well, that date is coming, and we've been warning you about it for a year, but the date is coming on April 11th. Already, we're starting to see some programs are no longer supporting Windows Vista anymore. You can't run the Google Chrome browser on Windows Vista anymore. Antivirus software will no longer be available for Windows Vista after the 11th of next month. So there's a lot of things that are going to happen all at the same time that are just going to push Windows Vista under the dirt.
Between now and April 11th, can you upgrade to a new operating system, or do you just have to get a new computer?
Right. So some people come into my shop and they're like, oh, it has a virus. I'm just going to throw it away and buy a new computer. And we're like, what are you talking about? That's the silliest thing I've ever heard. Fix it. It's not hard to fix a virus. Fix it. But with Vista, unfortunately, because the hardware is so old, you can't really upgrade. There's no clear upgrade path, so you can't go from Windows Vista to Windows 10. So you have to wipe it and start over. But the hardware inside the computer is usually not compatible.
Can't support the new
Windows
stuff
10.
Anyway, so even if you wanted to upgrade, it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yep, and it's getting harder to find Windows 7 licenses as well.
So then what if, all right, you're listening and you're like, God, dadgummit, now I guess what I'm hearing is I need a new PC. How can you help our viewers who are in that position?
Well, of course, we always have our modular computers and our laptops over at Schrock. Some of the things that we haven't talked a whole lot about this, but like all of our computers at Schrock come with solid state hard drives now. So that's everything from our $500 entry-level models all the way up to the big bad guys. So they all have solid state hard drives in them. Whereas if you go to Dell or HP or go to the box store, you're going to start at about $800 for that. So
what's the benefit to me? Well, and for people who don't understand why that's a bonus and why that would cost them big bucks to get that sort of upgrade if they were maybe customizing a computer on a known website or something. Why do I want solid state? What does it do for me?
Gotcha. A solid state hard drive dramatically increases the performance of your computer. So let's say you have your old Windows Vista computer and it's running slow, and it wasn't going to die next month, because you wouldn't want to do this if it was going to die. But you could replace your old rotating disk hard drive with a solid state hard drive, and you could triple the speed of your computer. Just like that, especially if you're doing things like photography or videography or music editing, anything where you're doing anything that's hard drive intense. When you get a solid state, you don't have to defragment your hard drive anymore, so all those maintenance worries go out the window. I mean, it is a blessing. I'm building my wife a new computer right now. It's a prototype. See, that's one of the benefits of owning the company.
Being married to Thor Schrock.
It's a prototype computer, and of course I'm going to try it out on my wife first, because if I don't get that right, any customer complaint will pale in comparison. So, but I ordered her hard drive, and it was this big and this thick. And she said, "What is that?" I said, "It's your new solid state hard drive." She goes, "Well, I do a lot of photography stuff. I need more room." I'm like, "That's a terabyte hard drive." And so literally a terabyte hard drive is the size of your thumb now.
Now, right.
Yeah, and it goes right on the motherboard. I mean, the technology has come so far since the Bush administration that
since Windows Vista days.
Since Windows Vista.
But
that
this
it's
is
time
cool.
to upgrade.
That's what you get with Schrock Innovations, where it's sort of you want to compare apples to apples. So if you're going into stores and you're looking at those little info cards that have 3 or 4 bullet points on them, you very rarely will see solid state hard drive or some of the other features that you get with all of the computers at Schrock Innovations. So if you feel like it's time to upgrade, whether your computer's running Windows Vista or something else, and you're just like, yeah, I think I'm ready to do this, give them a call or swing by any of the service centers between Omaha, Papillion, or Lincoln. The website for all of it, it's SchrockInnovations.com.
Lame dad joke. If you're going to compare apples to apples, you're probably going to be at the Apple store, Mary.
Thank you.
She's like, "Am I supposed to laugh at that?"
I was like, I imagine myself in the produce aisle, and I'm like, nope, this is about technology, not Hy-Vee. I get it. Thanks, Thor.
Thank you, Mary.
Up next,